Today, I've asked my husband to do the impossible task for the practicing poet, and that's to narrow down his favorite poetry anthology books. Nathan, are you ready to unpack your favorite poetry anthology books today?
I am more than ready to do that.
Okay, let's get straight into it then. So we're going to save the best for last, of course. You selected 5 amazing poetry anthologies, and I'm so excited to dive into all of them today. So why don't you kick us off with the number 5 pick?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is entirely in order. I just think this is a good way to do it because I'm going to start with one that I think most people have probably already heard of. This is The Best Poems of the English Language by Harold Bloom. This is an extremely exhaustive anthology. There's about 1,000 pages, and Bloom has written little essays on every poet that is in this book, and it goes from Chaucer through Robert Frost, so we are spanning the centuries. Highly recommended. Bloom is such a clear communicator in his writing, and he is the foremost, I would say, American critic of his time. And yeah, highly recommend it. The Best Poems of the English Language.
I think that's a great first recommendation to start with, and I especially like it because it happens to be my book.
So we're getting rid of that first.
So my books in general in this living room tend to be a little bit outnumbered by Nathan's, so I'm very proud that mine made the list. Of course, so many people out there, if you're an avid reader, are always looking for something new and exciting to read, and that's why I think you'll really like this next one that Nathan's picked as well. Nathan?
Next is Doorways to Poetry by Louis Untermeyer. This was published in 1938. It's a book that's appreciating of poetry, and it's also got how to write, but there's so many poems in here. I'm going to count it as an anthology, and Untermeyer is a sensational anthologist. He has such a good eye and ear and heart for good poems, so he also will make you work throughout this book. There are practical things that you can do, and they're not simple. So if you want to know so much about poetry, especially from 1938 and before, this is a great book. And also, as you see, doorways. That is always a good metaphor for how to enter into poetry.
Yes, and this is actually the second time that this book has been featured as one of our top recommendations for poetry books, and obviously there's a big reason why. So I know this book can be a little bit trickier to find, but you can find secondhand copies online, and we'll put links to all of the books that we're mentioning here today in the description below so you can check them out. So let's go to our number 3 pick.
I want to pronounce this right, but this is The Book of Luminous Things by Czesław Miłosz, who was born in Lithuania, but he did move out to the US. I'm not sure exactly when, but this is an international anthology of poetry. So there's plenty of translations. There's poems from Eastern Europe, from China, from Japan, from the US. And what I really like in this book is that he writes these micro things about the poem or the poet themselves, just before the poem. So we get some context about when they wrote, and then it is also sectioned out. So there are mini essays as well before each section. So there's one section called The Moment, for example, one on places. And I love this idea, even the title, it's like a book of luminous things, that poems, especially when they're clear and especially when they're good, are luminous and they illuminate you to read them. So I just think this is a really great selection here. So this one by Daniel Halpern called Holy Fire, 9 Visionary Poets and the Quest for Enlightenment. If you have been watching this channel at all, you know that I am no stranger to loving visionary poetry and also the work of mystics. So this book, we've got Rumi, Marabi, Blake, Yeats, Rilke. So there's 9 different poets that get to feature across this, and with a really wonderful introduction by Daniel Halpern as well. And the reason why I love visionary poetry so much is because it's so in the imagination of the deepest parts that you can get to, that it becomes holy. And holy fire comes from Sailing to Byzantium from Yeats, from the line that goes, "Oh, sages standing in God's holy fire." So these are all sages in holy fire, and the front cover has a painting from William Blake. So no one's mad at seeing a Blake painting. He was a sensational painter as well as poet.
I thought I recognized that. That's beautiful. And I loved your memorization there, Nathan. That was great. Okay, so we are down to our last book, but I do have a bit of a surprise for you. We do have a bonus book after this pick, so make sure you stay tuned for that one as well. I think you're really going to want to hear what that book is. But what is your number one pick for your recommended poetry anthology books?
This one, glorious. Technicians of the Sacred, edited with commentaries by Jerome Rothenberg. This has poetry from Africa, the Americas, Asia, Oceania. There's tribal poetry, there's spiritual poetry, there is poetry from ancient Egypt. It's just stuffed full. You know, you can see the size of this right here, of sacred writing. And I would say this is the go-to anthology in English if this is something that you also are interested in. But yeah, I highly, highly recommend this. I love dipping into this.
Yeah, I want you to tell me a little bit more about your experience with this book. How did you find it? Like, what drew you to it? What did you take from this that maybe someone else might take from it too?
Yeah, I bought this in a used bookstore in downtown Los Angeles. And every time I open this, I mean, I opened a video of ours that beforehand we read a poem before we start. And I opened this to one from ancient Egypt, and it brings me into the mythological lifting that I want poetry to do. And it just provides me such imaginative richness. Obviously, you know, like any anthology, there's a range of things that do that more strongly than others, but just such a rich and wide scoping poetry book. It's really it's wonderful.
Okay, Nathan, we have one more bonus book to go, but before we reveal what that is, I just wanted to say to everyone out there watching, if you're enjoying this video and you want more recommendations, whether that's on how to become a better poet or more poetry books to read, go to www.thepoetryvessel.com/sign up to join our free poetry community. Nathan, without further ado, what is your bonus, technically a number one pick, because we're saving it for last, poetry anthology book?
Can I have two bonuses? Because I have one that sprung to mind, but I don't know where the copy is.
Sure, you can have another bonus, two bonuses.
Okay, number one is Jane Hirschfield's Women in Praise of the Sacred. I couldn't find my copy, but it's amazing to have an anthology that is exclusively written by women who are praising the sacred. And Jane Hirschfield, she said one of my favorite things when someone asked her, what's the difference between that you see between men who write about the sacred and women? She said that women write more about the home. And I thought that was really beautiful. But the other bonus one, my mother actually bought me this, and what a great anthology. It's called Poems from the Edge of Extinction. It's an anthology of poetry of endangered languages, edited by Chris McCabe. And, you know, there's endangered languages, some of which there's like one speaker at the time of publishing left in the world. So they've printed the original and then also an English translation next to it. But I can't think of a more valuable thing to do than to preserve poetry and preserve languages, because, you know, we live in a world where English is the lingua franca and so many languages die all the time. When a language dies, knowledge dies alongside the language. So I love that this exists, but it's also sad that there's all these languages either on the edge of extinction or going extinct.
And something I love even looking at that book, it's so well loved. So we're definitely keeping these books alive and well. And of course, we'll put all of the books in the description down below as well. Thank you so much, Nathan, for all of your recommendations. We hope this video helped you find a new poetry anthology book to pick up and read. Again, everything is down below, and we'll see you next time.